Hey guys, what's going on? Adam Snyder here with the Homemade Entrepreneur, and today we're talking about goal setting. So I want to explain to you 3 important goal setting exercises that you can do to make sure your life and your business are on track to succeed. So let's get started. The first thing, let me write these up here. So you got number 1, number 2, number 3. Should probably get them in line next time. Anyway, number 1. The $1 Million Challenge. What is the $1 Million Challenge and why is that important? So when talking about goal setting, exercise, or activities, if you were given $1 million, what would you do with it? Sit down, pause the video, take 5-10 minutes, sit down and write down, blank piece of paper, write down 1 through 10, and what would be the very first thing you would do with $1 million? What would be the second thing? The third thing? You don't have to, think in depth. You don't have to write down, I want to buy this house and that house and this house and that house, and I want, this Lamborghini and this, Ferrari and this, and you don't got to do all that. Write down, maybe buy a house, buy a car, invest in whatever, and just keep going down the line. Why is this important? The reason why is because you can look back on this. This is, subconsciously, you've been thinking about what would you do with $1 million. You've been thinking about this for a while. So write it down. The reason why it's important, you can pull out this list at any time. Maybe as far as your business, the growth of your business is down at number 10, or maybe it's not even on the list. If it's not even on the list, chances are it's not that important to you. There are other things that, are a little bit more important. Maybe number 1 is to pay off debt. Okay, great. Maybe you have $80,000 in debt. Pay it off. Okay? So the $1 Million Challenge. It's important. I think if somebody had $1 million and they wanted to buy a new house, go ahead and buy a new house as long as that was part of your goal. If your goal was to build a business and 1 through 10 is about buying a house, paying off debt, paying your family, making sure your mom and dad are all set, make sure your kids have a college tuition, keeps going down, down, down. Your goal can't be, I want to build my business, I want to have $1 billion business. If someone gave you $1 million, wouldn't you put all $1 million back into your business? If having a good business, someone that is gonna keep paying you, gonna reinvest, and it's gonna be some $1 billion business in 10, 20 years, if that was your goal, you would have wrote that down on the list. Okay, just keep that in mind. Number 2. If I had. Okay, this is simply called if I had. So the way it works is, again, sit down, pause the video. After I explain it to you, I guess, but pause the video. Take 5-10 minutes. Write down another list, 10 things. If I had $10,000, I would invest it into. If I had 1 extra hour of free time throughout my day, I would spend it doing, whatever you do. If I had 1 extra hour of sleep, I could. If I had 1 more employee, I could use my free time to, you understand that? If I had. This is just playing the if game. Nobody wants to hear, ifs or buts. Nobody wants to hear that business. Nobody wants to make excuses. But if I had, whatever, plan for success. These are just simple goal setting, strategies or activities that you can do to really think about what's important to you, what's important in your life. There's so many things that you can do. Okay? Pretty simple. Like I said, if you want to do that now, pause the video. Pause the video. The video's not going anywhere. Pause it. Write those things down. Last thing. I last felt. Kind of the same thing. But we're changing the words. I last felt successful when I sold my company. I last felt successful when I made X amount of dollars in a month. I last felt happy when I was working less. I last felt motivated after, whatever activity, whatever, I don't know, yeah, worked out. Again, I last felt. If I had the $1 million challenge, can you complete those? Each one. Very simple. Okay, 10 items or list. Same thing. 10. Every single one. So on the page you should have 30 things. 10 things for the $1 million challenge, 10 things for if I had, and 10 things where I last felt. Pretty simple. Write those things down and look it over. If you write all those things down and then you think, hey, I really did feel much happier when I sold my business. What that would tell me if I was looking at it is maybe the business that you have now, the job that you're doing, whatever it is, that might not make you happy. You might just be doing it for a paycheck, which is perfectly fine. There's people that are working, every single day at a job they completely hate or a business that they do not like anymore. Only because they know if they stop doing that, their family couldn't eat. They couldn't pay for their house. They couldn't pay for their car to get, to the grocery store to buy the family food or to take their kids to the doctor or to take them to school. They couldn't pay for any of that stuff. Because of that, they keep their job. But how would you ever know that? How do you ever know that if you don't do any of these exercises? If you don't know, if you had $1 million, what would you do? Would you start a new business? You would shut down, let's say you have a second-hand store. You would shut that down completely. You would liquidate all your inventory. You take all the money that you get from selling all that stuff. You put that with your $1 million and you would go do something completely different. Something that would make you happy. Because I bet when the last time you felt that you were happy or successful, that's going to tell a lot about you as a person. It's going to tell a lot about you as a businessman. And it's going to tell a lot as far as your future. Where do you want to go? So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Again, I'm not some expert I'm not no counselor, nothing like that. I'm just a business person. I've done this many times myself. In most situations, the thing it goes back. It's the same things have made me happy. The same things, if I had, it's usually if I had a little bit more time, which makes me think I need to bring more people into my life, into my business, which normally happens. And then I let them go, and then more people come back in. It's the same thing. I'm usually happier when I have more free time to do what I want, spend time with my family, and just live life on my terms. I always feel successful when I have a big sale of some kind, whether it's a website, whether it's a house, whether it's a car. I always feel very successful because I'm a reseller. That's what I do. Well, that's part of what I do, but I'm a reseller. So I know, when I buy something, before it depreciates in value, before the price just tanks, I'm going to resell, make a little bit of money. So I usually feel happy once I sell something big, whether it's a house, whether it's a car, or a authority website. I'm making money there. Okay? Again, $1 million challenge. I don't know how much more I can explain these things, but if you guys have questions, comment below. Let me know what those questions are. I'll be more than happy to help you out. If you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, click the subscribe button. I'll see you guys on the next video.